Hello, Kodambakam guys. Today I want to tell you a good news that there is a new addition to the rupees 200 crore club from Kodambakam. So far we had Rajinikanth, Kamala Hassan, Ajit, Vijay, then Sivakarthi, and now the latest addition is Mr. Vijay Sethupathi, known as VJS or popularly as Makkal Selvan. How did Makkal Selvan reach the 200 crore club? His film Maharaja was a big hit in within Tamil Nadu. It was made on a very modest budget and it collected very well in Tamil Nadu. And then what happened was that the movie was picked up by Netflix and then it was dubbed and shown in Hindi and many other languages. Now, what happened was that after it was picked up by Netflix, and then what happened was globally the film was on the top rankings of top 5 of the non-English film category. Maharaja just swept the OTT and made money for Netflix. It was a big rage. People who have not seen this Maharaja in Tamil have seen this in Hindi and they are all raving about it. And globally also it was dubbed into many languages and it has created history in the Netflix OTT. From among the films in Hindi, it has crossed even Hindi viewership. Usually it is Hindi films that get into this non-English category and into the top 5 and all that from India. But this is the first film from Tamil Nadu that is a regional language film other than Hindi and this to come into the top 5 of the Netflix. Now that was not the reason why VJS Makkal Selvan got into the 200 crore club. The reason was that the film was picked up for distribution in China. Then the procedure is that you cannot just like in India, pick a distributor and then go and book theaters and show your film all over and all that. You have to be there is a Chinese board. That board has to sanction it. It has to go through the content, and then what happens is that that board will fix that this film will do this amount of business. And if it does more, that difference will be given. But otherwise, if it is done more than what it has to be, what the Chinese board says, that amount you will not get. But if you do lesser than that, also you will get the higher amount. So they have a fixed thing because all the theaters in China are owned by the state government. So there is no PVR, Inox, and any of those multiple chain people sitting there, corporate giants sitting there and dictating terms of percentage of their first day show and all that. So this movie was taken. This was the first Tamil movie to go there, and as it has gone, it has done almost around 60 to 70 crores business, and then it went down to 80 crores. Now taking the whole worldwide earnings, including this Chinese earnings, which is around, it is just around around 90 crores. I think just 110 crores or something less than 100 crores. That the movie is done so much there that has added to the box office figure of Maharaja, and that movie is now in the 200 crore club. It has crossed 200 and it is there. So by that, Makkal Selvan has entered the 200 crore club. 2024 we had another actor, but he has entered a bigger club, double of this, 400 crores. But he has overtaken Ajit. Ajit has still not been able to enter that club. He joins Tadapati Vijay, Kamala Hassan and Rajinikanth. So this man now has entered that. And this is a very good thing because Vijay has been really struggling very badly. As an actor, he is a very good actor and he is bold enough to take very offbeat kind of subjects and offbeat roles like Super Deluxe and all that, where he played a transgender. And he is very bold in doing films like that. And he has also acted with about to get exposure and also to learn how it is working with the legends. He has worked with Kamal Haasan and Vikram. He has worked with Dalapati and Dalapati in Master. So he knows how these people are working. So to learn that, and he's a very humble man. He is always open to learning because he has started life quite late from the general standards because he had gone. He didn't get into film straight away. He was in Dubai working as a salesman, trying to make money to feed his brother and sisters, and then from there he came back. There he met a lady and he got married. His wife Julie, I think her name is. And then slowly he struggled his way doing bit roles, auditions, and things like that. He struggled, and he was part of so many short films of so many aspiring directors. That finally what happened to him that is most of these aspiring directors who had been working with him when he was not paid anything, just maybe his bus fare or three in the water production khana and all that. Those guys started becoming directors, and the first thing they did was to cast him. And he also has a rule. He has been working with so many. He had so many people who had been feeding him when he was having no money. So when he did movies, he started putting all these people into his movies. Initially, the first people like Karthik Subbaraj and people like that were all good choices. Balaji, Kalidinam, and so many other people had done a lot of good films with him. And after that, what happened was this generosity of adding people to his list. Like many people who had been friends with him when he was nobody came with stories and said, we want to do film with you. This is our only chance because you have a market. So he gave them the chance. And the thing is that they didn't utilize those chances very well. There were producers, of course, because he's got a market, they came. But what happened at one point of his career, these movies stopped running. Because the people got confused. He was doing a villain role in big starrer films. And also he was shifting to Telugu. We was there also doing villain films. Then he was doing Hindi. His bag was full. At one time, he had around 10, 20 movies in the pipeline. But the thing is that his movies were not running. Then I think he finally, at one point, he decided that it is enough of doing service to his friends that he started cutting down on that, and he started cutting down on doing films, and then he started rationalizing everything and being selective about what he's doing. And that result of being selective is this Maharaja. The Maharaja is a kind of a very good film, a very good subject. It is there on OTT. You can see it on Netflix. And the thing is that that movie also had Anurag Kashyap from Bombay playing the villain. It is quite good movie. The plot is very good. Now what Vijay should do is that Vijay should be very careful because after a very long struggle, he has got into this club of this 200 crore club. Now his efforts should be to be in that club. Of course, he can do experimental movies. I'm not even Maharaja is also an experimental movie. It's not a pakka commercial movie where it's said. He actually had also made a mistake of getting into a pakka commercial movie like mass movie like what Dalavadi kind of doing or what our AK does, that kind of movies. But people were not willing to accept him in that mass kind of movies. But whereas like Maharaja, where he's not the fighter. He's not the thing, but he uses his brains to bring all the bad guys into the book. And then only you have towards the climax you have a fight. But otherwise it's a very well plotted. So he should be very careful that immediately now that he's got into a 200 crore club, it should not go to his head that he is the one another big blessing to Kodambakam. Because he was at one time big sellable, then he became zero. Now he is bounced back. His future releases will show whether he can sustain that spot. And why I'm saying is that, I had earlier said about the same thing about Sivakarthikeyan who had been into the 400 club. And what I hear from Sudha Kongra's set is that Shiva Karthikeyan has become too big for his boots. I told him that you should be careful about the people around you and how you behave. But I don't know whether it is true. But there are some YouTube channels saying that he's acting too big for his boots. He has got an office set up in his shooting spot. And even I believe on the day there was a photo shoot, he said, no, I will not trim my beard or something like that. There was some chaos there that didn't happen and all that. Anyway, I don't know, but let's see that Sivakarthikeyan doesn't do the mistake again of falling into a pit where he had fallen earlier and come out now, thanks to Kamal Haasan. Now this Vijay should now selectively do the roles that he wants to do, which is aimed for that. He should retain this 200 crore club because surely he can, help a lot of talented people who cannot approach the big names. They can approach the Bakal Salwan and he can do it. You remember I had put out a video itself here saying that he's a very bad host, which I still believe is still a bad host, but except for 3 weeks or 2 weeks to go for the Big Boss Tamil 8 season, now he seems to have picked up, but unfortunately there is no contestant, not much of a contestant left. There are hardly 5 or 6 people. And it took them almost 90 days for them also to learn the ropes, and it took almost 90 days for Vijay Sethupathi also to learn the ropes. So by the time they learn the ropes and Vijay Sethupathi learned the show is going to end. So another thing I have a grouse here is that there was very big celebrations. Everybody wrote about Shiva Karthik and entering the big club of Srimurthy, Rajnikant, Kamala Hassan, and Vijay. After that, fourth man is Shiva Karthik, and there was a very big thing made out in the media. But our poor Makal Selvan has entered 200 crore club. And nobody there to felicitate or even go to town about it. And he is not a person who is going to take the mic and start shouting from every press man or any channel that I am here, I am here, I am in 200 crore club. So yes, everybody, please be careful. Now we have reached the successful pinnacle that people will now bet on you big because you're 200 now. They will start thinking of 300, 400 club, and you can do it. Because once you do it, there are a lot of young people who will come to you with good stories, and you are the person who can help them come up in life because you know how it is to struggle and come up in Kodambakam. So from Kodambakam guys, we all wish you Vijayas a good 2025 illustrious innings. We'll come back to you. Till then, bye.